Hello, this is an Anker Solix F2600 solar generator that I got to use with my RV. Now, I recently was looking into solar generators in order to figure out which one we wanted to go to for our use case. For us, we are going in next month to a NASCAR race. NASCAR races, traditionally, like the campgrounds, are basically a cross between a grass field and a parking lot. There's very little hookups unless you want to pay thousands of dollars, which I don't want to. So previously, I have a gas generator, a gas propane dual one from Costco that I was planning to use. However, it's noisy. And I don't want to be running it all throughout the day to do, like, if we want to watch TV, have the race coverage on, or if I want to make coffee or anything like that, you know, all the things that go with boondocking and so forth. So I've been looking into these sort of battery generators to try to figure that out. Now, there are a lot of reviews online for the Anker F2000 and there's a couple of these for the F2600 as well, where they break down the different tech specs, and more specifics in terms of how long they'll last based off of watt hours, and a lot of math and calculations trying to help you for that. So I don't want to go into that for this video on these. What I want to do is just do some real life. I want to hook this up to my trailer and see how long things actually run. And then you can extrapolate out if you have a similar air conditioner or similar stuff to me or my trailer, then that'll give you some real-time usage. And I'll probably do a follow-up after the NASCAR race next month as well, just in terms of how it actually runs. So the game plan for this, for the NASCAR race, is to have this power the trailer throughout the day for the coffee, the TV, for maybe air conditioner, but it's not going to power the air conditioner for that long just because of the sheer runtime isn't going to allow for it. And then spend an hour or two running the propane generator or the real generator to charge this up. That way that generator can last longer, the propane can last longer, and it doesn't have to run as long. And it can charge this in 90 minutes, 2 hours, something like that. I haven't done anything with this. I have not hooked this up to the trailer yet, so I'm going to be learning at the same time. And the only thing I've done with it so far is my daughter played Roblox on a gaming laptop for a while, and it barely made a dent. It said it would power the laptop for a day and a half of continuous gaming. So clearly it's not going to happen in use case, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to hook this up to the trailer and let it run. I'll turn the TV on, I'll run that for a while, the refrigerator's going, and get a baseline of just what it's like for just general usage. And I'll turn on the air conditioner as well and see how much that affects it. I know that's going to bring the runtime way down. And we'll just see what happens. All right, let's go. Our current camper is a Forest River Cherokee Grey Wolf 26 DJ SE. We have a 15,000 BTU Furrion air conditioner up top. And so that's what we'll be seeing how it does today with this generator. Okay, so I have this plugged in. The camper is currently running, is plugged into it and running. The only things that are on right now is the fridge, is the refrigerator, pretty much. Nothing else is on. And so I wanted to show the app that the Solix comes with. And so currently it shows just running the fridge. I have 20 hours and 42 minutes of remaining battery life going on this. So here we have a test for it. Let's see if we turn on the air conditioner. Make sure that the fan runs and then also that the air conditioner runs. So let's see what happens here. All right, air conditioner is on. Air conditioner is blowing. Okay. We seem to be doing good. AC output is a steady 204 watts. So if I come back out here, so I think the first time actually I thought the screen turned off as it turned off, but actually, yeah, right now it's working. 99%, but this says it will run 10.3 hours with the air conditioner running, which is ridiculously good. Now I don't know if that's going to be real life. We got 202 watts of running air conditioner right now. So I'm gonna let this run with the air conditioner for a while and see what, okay. Now we got, air conditioner just kicked on. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, 1,321 watts out, and now it's down to 1.5 hours. So I'm gonna let this run for a little while and see how that actually works. I'll close up the door so that it keeps it all in, and we'll see what it does. So check back in a little bit. All right, so it has been about 45 minutes that I was running the fan and the air conditioner inside the camper. It ran the entire time great, and so here's what I found. Now, before I get into the results and all that, I wanted to say that obviously I'm not a big channel. I have very few videos and very few subscribers, and so this is not sponsored. I paid full price for the unit. If Anker wants to send me free stuff to review, great, but they don't. Anyway, so it ran for about 45 minutes with the air conditioner going. It was cycling the entire time between the fan and the compressor turning on and off. When I started 45 minutes ago, it was 80 degrees outside. I had the air conditioner set to 72. It has now dropped. It's probably in the mid 70s, so it is a little colder than it was, but the air conditioner was still running when I came out. What I discovered is that when the compressor kicked on, it was running at like 1350 watts. When the fan only is running, it's about 200 to 250 watts, sometimes peak up to 300. When the air conditioner was running, and I was still at like 90-something percent, 95% battery life, it said I had about an hour and a half remaining time. Currently, I am at 88% of battery remaining, and it said I had about an hour and 20 minutes of runtime left. When the compressor and that's when the air conditioner itself is running. When the compressor kicks off and it's just the fan, it bumps up, and when I was in the mid-90s of battery life, it said I had almost 10 hours of runtime left, which is phenomenal. And over time, that got down to about 9.5 hours remaining battery. So right now, the compressor and the fan are both off, and the only thing that's running is the refrigerator, and it currently says I'm at 88%. With 15 hours and 30 minutes left. So I got 15 hours of refrigerator time, and lights are on as well. So, and it's outputting 110-ish watts. Now the other thing to keep in mind is that I don't have any solar on this at all. I don't have any solar hooked up. I don't even own any. My trailer has some, but that's not helping it at all. My trailer has a 100-watt cursory panel that is tied into the battery. But that's not helping this at all. Before I go to the NASCAR race, I will be investing probably in a 200-watt panel. I don't really want to spend the money on a 400-watt at this point, because I have the propane generator that I'm going to use to charge this battery generator, the Solix, over time. My goal is to basically run this during the day and then spend 1 to 2 hours charging. Anyway, so I thought the next thing to try is to turn on the coffee pot and see what that pulls, and I'll turn on the TV and see how much that affects it. So those are the other two big things that I want to run and see what the runtime is if I were to use them continuously, which I won't, but just kind of interesting to see, because that's, I think getting up in the morning and being able to run the coffee pot without having to turn on a noisy generator is a huge pull towards reasons to have this when you're boondocking or somewhere where you can't run a real generator, don't want to run a real generator. So anyways, let's go check that out. Okay, so we are back inside. I'm showing my phone here. So right now I only have lights on, as I said. Lights and refrigerator, and it's currently pulling 108 watts continuously. And we are showing 88% in 15 hours and 54 minutes left. So I have the coffee pot ready. So I'm going to turn that on and let's see what it does. So everyone says coffee pots are a huge use. All right, so AC output right up to 1,000 watts. Yeah, that jumped right up. And now we're down, so we could run 2 hours of coffee pot running, basically. That is a huge surge, actually. I knew coffee pots used a lot. But, yep, 1,000 watts. Okay. 1,000 watts. That's interesting. So, now, while we're at it, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn on the TV. Not going to turn anything on. Let's just see what that does. Does it do anything appreciable? No, it's 30 watts. Okay. The TV does next to nothing, so that's good to know. The TV is very, very minimal use, especially comparatively to the air conditioner or the fan. Now, I don't think I would ever run the fan and the coffee pot at the same time, or the microwave. I think that would be too much, but that's a really good ballpark to see here with the coffee pot. Okay, so to wrap up, I think this solar generator is wonderful. As I said, I didn't have any solar hooked up to it at all. I think the real question is, what is the use case? And I'm really excited to see how this works for boondocking, for me specifically with NASCAR. But I think it could work for anybody who is boondocking around for a couple days. You can add solar and really make it last a long time. But I think even if you're just trying to stay at a Harvest Host for a night, in August, my son and I are going to Alabama, and we will have to stay at a Harvest Host on the way down, and we're staying at a Harvest Host on the way back. And I think this is the sort of thing that works fantastic for that. I don't even have to take the gas generator for that trip. And so I don't have to carry gas, I don't have to worry about the extra propane, and I think mostly I'm only going to be using propane, but I don't have to worry about the exhaust fumes, I don't have to worry about noise regulations. I can use this generator, and it'll be strong enough to make a pot of coffee, and then power my outlets, charge my phone, run the TV for a little while when we're driving all day, and all we're trying to do is park, use the camper as if we're at a campground for the evening, and then sleep and wake up and go again. And it can charge off the outlet. I have a power outlet in my truck. It can charge off of that while we're driving and be recharged and go again the next day if I wanted to, which I don't, because we'll be at a real campground and I can plug in. But you have that option to continuously use it for that way and bypass the need even to have a real proper generator. For the sort of longer, like the NASCAR or boondocking out in the West Coast sort of events, you can use it, you can limit your use of the real generator to save gas or save propane, because it can really, the generator can go through propane. And I was looking, so we're staying at the NASCAR track for 4 nights, and I was thinking, I was worried about whether 2 20-pound propane tanks was going to be enough. And with this, I don't even know if I'm going to use one. Just running 2 hours a day, it drastically changes the use case or need for to run the real generator. I think it works fantastic for that use case. It runs the coffee pot, it runs the TV, and it does all that you need to do to operate in your camper as if it was plugged in for a short amount of time, for a day or whatever. So in that case, I think it's wonderful, and hopefully it works for you. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will answer as I'm able, or I can try things, and I'll try to do a follow-up video later on after the NASCAR race to see, once we see how it all turns out. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.